Love your RV and boat, back with you again. So in this video, I have some footage from our trip back from up here in the Broughtons all the way back to sort of our base area in Lund. I won't be doing individual reviews of all these anchorages because most of them I've already been to. I'll just show you some footage along the way. We started up here in Glendale Cove, where the last video was. Came down here, started out really foggy, and it kind of cleared up a bit. And we got down to this Boogie Bay and got up the next day, and it was still foggy, but we wanted to get down this Johnstone Strait. It's kind of a treacherous piece of water, can get really rough. Now it was super foggy. I don't even have much footage of it because it was just a wall of white, and we had the radar running. We could see a little bit, but it was kind of a slow jaunt all the way down, just in fog, till we got down here to Forward Harbor. And as we come into the harbor, everything cleared up. By the time we got into the harbor, it was just like a sunny summer day. Stayed there for a night or two, and then came out of there down through these Whirlpool Rapids in there, and we went to Blind Channel Marina because we were kind of getting low on fuel. So we got some fuel and water and a few food items at their grocery store, and then headed over to Crawford Anchorage here. Stayed a few days there. It's kind of a pleasant anchorage. While we were there, we saw a fairly large pod of Pacific white-sided dolphins came in, and they just raced all the way along the shoreline here. I have footage of it as they went through. I guess they were just on their way out to Blind Channel. That was kind of neat to see. We got up on a pretty foggy day again. Fog was the theme. Seemed to be every morning was foggy till at least around noon or early afternoon. So we did a pretty long trip. Came up around here, down through Nodali's Channel, and out into Johnstone and Discovery Passage here. That was going to be our last kind of trip out into the straits there. After that, we would be back into more protected waters. Came in through here. There's some rapids in here, but they're very strong here. I have some footage of them just racing in here and kind of doing whirlpools. But these rapids here are the lower rapids, so Anne went around here and kind of just ducked in there and avoided the high currents. And we got into Owen Bay for a day or so. Next travel was out of there and through Hole in the Wall. We timed all of these currents here for slacks, so it was very easy going. And actually the day turned out pretty nice. It kind of cleared up and we had a good sunny day. Steamed down through Calm Channel here and then Lewis Channel, and we got into Squirrel Cove. Now this is our first time actually anchoring in Squirrel Cove. It's one of the more busier anchorages down in the Discovery Islands near Desolation Sound, so we usually avoid it, but there wasn't too many boats in there, and we just needed to stop in between Owen Bay and Lund, so we stopped there. Overnighted there, got up the next day. Another kind of cloudy day with a little bit of fog, but it was also calm, so we had really calm waters most of our trip down. Just the theme was kind of cloudy and foggy, not too much sun. And then we cruised down, and we're basically at Lund Marina here. So our boatyard is right next to Lund Marina. So went and checked on the RV and the truck. Everything's good. We took the truck and drove down into Powell River, and then we could get some groceries and stuff like that. So that was good. And also we did a mountain of laundry, and we're going to be ready to head back out again pretty soon, and we'll probably head out into the Desolation Sound, beautiful part of the coast that now, with it being sort of mid-September, it's going to be a lot less crowded, so we'll have more of the anchorages to ourselves, or just very few boats. So stay tuned for that. Let's get to the footage. Well, no pretty mountain views for you this morning. We're leaving Glendale Cove after a nice stay. A little bit of a foggy start, but it's supposed to clear out. The sun's supposed to come out, but we want to get going because if once the wind comes up in Knight's Inlet, it can get a little choppy going back. quick overnight in Boogie Bay. We were the only boat. It's a lot sparser for boats up here now. Most people have gone south. It's after Labor Day. I think today's September 3rd or 4th, not sure. Anyway, another foggy start. Kind of a foggy start yesterday going down Night Inlet, but it cleared up nicely actually. It was only foggy for about the first half hour or so, really foggy, and then it cleared right up, and we had a smooth transition down Night Inlet, which was nice. Wind only started to pick up right when we got to Minstrel Island. We ducked in, went through Chatham Channel, and down we came. So today, because it's calm at least till this afternoon, so supposedly as far as the weather reports go, we're going to tackle part of Johnstone Strait, see how far we get. Then we got couple windy days maybe coming if the forecast is correct again. It often changes, but we'll try to get down as far as we can. We might have to hunker down for a couple days before we can proceed any further. Nice morning though. Stay tuned. Well, we made it all the way down Johnstone Strait, and it was basically foggy the whole way. Couldn't see much more than a few hundred meters in front of us. Now we're just entering Forward Harbor. Starting to clear up right about here. Quite a pretty scene actually. But at least we had a very calm journey because there was foggy. There was really zero wind the whole way and pretty calm the whole way, so we just kept going. And now we're going to go into Forward Harbor. Might have to spend a few days here if the winds are as predicted happen. But it's good to be through Johnstone Strait. That's always a difficult passage that you really can't skip. See the fog rising off that point of land. Looks like once we get into Forward Harbor, it's going to be sunny and warm. Hopefully there's not a lot of boats there. We can find a good anchor spot. Yeah, totally clear in there. There's the fog bank we just came out of, that we've been in for about 5 hours. Well, spent a couple nights in Ford Harbor. There's only 1 or 2 boats in there this time of year, so it was very peaceful. Kind of rested up for the rest of the journey back down to Discovery Islands. We'll get back to Lund pretty soon, check on the truck and camper and restock for September. Just got a couple rapids to go through today. We're going to go down to Blind Channel. Got to add a little bit of fuel and get some water and just basic, a little bit of groceries, not too much. It's really expensive there. But we're going to go through the Whirlpool Rapids here and then down to Greenpoint Rapids. Probably take us about 3 hours today to get down to Blind Channel. A little nicer weather this time through.
Got the current with us this time.
Woo, we're going 10 knots. Look at that whirlpool there. This is what it's like to be a fast boat. Pretty good one. Take a little bit extra time. Training them young.
Yeah.
Going?
Yes, it's going. You're at 5.
This one has a little automatic like thing to keep it on. Try not to squeeze it. She said she'd just leave it on gravity feed. Well, good morning from Crawford Anchorage. Yesterday we left Forward Harbor, transited Whirlpool Rapids and Greenpoint Rapids. Got through there pretty easily, actually. Timed it pretty well. Then we went down to Blind Channel Marina and added 300 liters of fuel, filled up our water, gas can, filled up a propane tank, got a few groceries, just kind of restocked some supplies. We're probably going to end up in Lund probably within a week or so and do a major grocery run into Powell River, check on the truck and trailer before we head back out for the rest of September into probably Desolation Sound. But I think we're just going to stay here today, relax. It's very peaceful. It's supposed to clear up a bit. There has been quite a bit of wildfire smoke, which is kind of annoying. It's been feeding out onto the coast. All this calm, sunny weather has not blown the smoke eastwards, so it's kind of filtering out right onto the coast, which usually it doesn't do that too much, but it's been pretty thick the last day or so. So probably it'd be nice to actually see some rain go through. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll add a few more videos and stuff as we head back down to Lund. We're mostly retracing our steps from Boogie Bay to Forward Harbor to here. Sort of the same anchorages we used on the way up. They're just very convenient as we make our way back down. Better be scared of those sea lions. They'll come and get you. My ears are clicking. Well, just out exploring in the dinghy today. Super calm day. Kind of buzzing along the shore. We just spotted a mink. Saw a couple sea lions going through. Lots of smoke. A little foggy start to the morning, but the sun's come out as strong as it can be with this smoke. You can look back at our boat in Crawford Anchorage here. Right next to, what's the name of this island? Erasmus Island. And there's Mink Island. Nice little anchorage for sure. Kind of like it. It's very close to Greenpoint Rapids, but you get some current coming through, but nothing like out there. A bunch of dolphins just showed up. They're racing along the shore like crazy over there. Wow, that's so cool. Look at them go. Look at them. They're just cruising along the shore.
there's another group behind.
Yeah. I thought it was waves from a boat. But I never heard a boat. Doesn't it sound like waves hitting the shore?
Yeah. I wondered looking back. Probably go right through.
I thought I heard dolphins yesterday when I was out in the dinghy fishing. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, they're turning around.
I wondered about that. I didn't forget my glasses. I can see better. There's some stragglers.
Stragglers. Well, we've just left Crawford Anchorage near Blind Channel. It was quite a rainy morning. It was pouring and pouring as we got up. It wasn't supposed to be so rainy. We were going to leave really early and go through the Yucatah Rapids there, but decided against it because it was really socked in with fog. Now it's lightening up, so we're going to take the other route down. We'll go down through a little bit of Johnstone Strait and back into Ocosseo Passage, and maybe spend some time at Owen Bay tonight before we continue on. The next days are supposed to get back to sunny and warm, so just sort of this one day, but we want to make it through, because once it starts to get sunny, the winds are going to pick up the Johnstone Strait, so this is sort of our little weather window to get right down back into the Discovery Islands and over towards Lund. We're out of Discovery Passage now, steaming up Ocosseo Channel. There's all kinds of junk in the water. I think last night they had a really high tide. It's been a full moon, so a lot of stuff got pulled off the shore. Just have to kind of wind our way through this minefield of logs and stuff. Lots of kelp too. So we just have to navigate a set of rapids here. There's upper and lower rapids, but we're going to go through the more mellow ones to get to Owen Bay. Should be okay. They're running around 2 knots right now. Not too bad. That's why they're called rapids. We're not going through those. We're gonna cut into this bay over here. Tackle them tomorrow with hole in the wall.
That's impressive, eh? That's an impressive whirlpool over there.
Well, we spent 2 nights here in Owen Bay. And it's kind of windy yesterday and cold. And Ann was a little bit tired from the previous trip, so we decided just to have a rest day. But today we're going to move on. We might make it all the way down to Lund, but it's quite a long journey, so I think we're probably going to find a place in between to stop for the night. Most likely Squirrel Cove on Cortes Island. Weather's been kind of blah this whole trip down. Not much sun, lots of fog and cloud. Hopefully that'll change pretty soon. See, there's a little estuary over there. Lots of birds. Yeah, not much going on here. We've been the only boat in the anchorage. Haven't even seen much action on the shore. I guess these are mostly kind of summer cabins and stuff along the shore here. We made it through Hole in the Wall, no problems. Beautiful transit. Now we're out into calm channel. So we'll head down calm channel and then into Lewis Channel on the east side of Cortes Island. We should find Squirrel Cove. We got the sun finally. We've seen so little sun on this trip back from the Broughtons. It's really nice to have the sun back and some clear blue skies. Definitely my batteries need some charging. All that fog and cloud was pretty hard on our power capacity. Had to run the generator a few times while underway to kind of give us a little bit of extra recharge. Looks like a cool old boat. You see I'm putting about 85 amps into one of the battery banks right now. About 70 of that is from the generator and the rest is solar, but I'm also losing about 20 or 25 amps to just what's running on the boat, but that'll recharge the batteries pretty quick. We're already up to 55%. Well, we're going through Lewis Channel now. Just come across a big log boom. Seems like it's just parked here, not moving at all. So this is Squirrel Cove on Cortes Island. Pretty uneventful day today. Just an easy, smooth trip from Owen Bay through Hole in the Wall and down to Cortes here. Not too many boats this time of year. This place can get really packed up in the summer. It's a very popular anchorage. You can go that way and there's a few different fingers to choose from. We just came right off the entrance. We're just going to stay overnight, head out tomorrow, and finish our trip back to Lund from the Broughtons. Well, last leg of our journey back to Lund. A peaceful night at the Squirrel Cove anchorage. Anchor holding was very good. When the anchor came up, it was really thick mud. It was actually a little hard to get it off the bottom. Kind of wind was kind of strained a bit to get the anchor free, but got her up, and we're almost back at Lund. Unfortunately, we've lost the sun again. Seems to be a reoccurring theme, lots of fog and cloud, but it's trying to break through. Anyway, we'll soon be on the dock in Lund. It's like there's a boat towing another boat. We heard on the radio that a boat went up on a rock. Looks like they've got a boat towing them. Maybe they damaged their prop or steering or something. We're passing by a tug. It's towing a big barge. Calm day though, not much wind, so that's the trade-off. We haven't had many sunny days, but we've had a lot of calm days. Nice little Ranger tug going by over there.